All right, so we're going to talk about the kettlebell swing now. Very much like a deadlift, if you recall what that is. Difference, this is faster and you're not using your arms just like in a deadlift. So I guess that second point would be a similarity. So yes, don't use your arms on it. Very much faster. Here's what it looks like. See how much faster it was? Your arms are not lifting it, very important. It all comes from here. That's where the power from the move comes from. So, how do we do it? Very simple. We get in kind of a closer deadlift stance. Obviously, you're going to want to experiment with it a little bit, but start with maybe just a hair wider than shoulder width at first for your experimenting. Stick your butt back like you're going to deadlift. Deadlift, stop halfway. Just like this. And we're going to start moving it around a little bit. Kind of like that. Now, on one of these back swings, I'm going to hike it back like a football to where if I actually did release it, it would start rolling back. And then, once I do that, I'm going to be loaded up with all this potential energy and I'm going to stand up with it. So it's going to look like this. So there you have it. That's how you do it, and that is the only time you use your arms, is to load the weight back as you're going back to give the energy to pop it back up. Couple important things. There's no height requirement on it. You'll see a bunch of knuckleheads in CrossFit gyms usually going like this, swinging it over their goddamn heads. You don't want to do that. You don't need to do that. There's better, more efficient, less hurty ways to get the kettlebell above your head. We'll go over those later. But for now, however high it goes, that's how high it goes. Leave it at that. As you get powerful, as you get stronger, that will be different. It'll go higher. So we pop it back, stand up with it, and then we repeat. The other important thing is to make it optimal. When we hike it back, we're going to wait till the very last minute. It's falling, it's falling, it's falling, it's falling, and you're like, now, oh shit, I better start throwing it back. Now we hike it back, and it loads our hips up with all this energy to pop it back up. So no arms. Can't emphasize that enough. Another thing that will happen is something like this. You'll see people do it and then this will put their shoulders will come forward and it'll put most of the weight on the front of their feet. Don't want that. Want the weight on your heels, kind of like how we deadlift. So, how do we fix that? We go like this. We keep that douchebag, bro, meathead chest while we're holding the weight. Obviously that's an exaggeration, but just a little bit. A little bit to keep it from pulling you forward. You don't want to let the weight control you, you want to control it. So here's what it looks like in its final stages. Just like that. So go ahead, practice that with two hands. Try the one-handed variation too. Same rules apply. Go ahead and get me a video of that.